Hello, and welcome to another stream of the Ultimate Hardcore Shiny Manectric Hunt Live. My name is Ectric, and we are here in the first official shiny hunting stream in Pokemon Shield. We are already done with the Hardcore Nuzlocke. This was a very easy one. We only had to get to Route 4, and we only lost one Pokemon. Unfortunately, it was our starter, but we lost one Pokemon. And we are now able to get to the actual shiny hunting. We did 10 at the end of last stream, but we are going to be doing all shiny hunting now, and hopefully make ourselves some decent headway into getting some encounters. And who knows, maybe we'll get a shiny tonight. Maybe this will be the shortest game in the entire run, and I'll be on to game 3 after today. But we'll see. But thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Crunchy, for joining the stream before it even started. Good to have you in. Hope all of you are doing well. And also, I think the TTS program is just running without me having to start it before or after stream. So that's exciting. But yeah. Yeah, so let's get this thing going. I also started early, so ha. Take that, all of you. So I gotta look for Electrics is the problem. We gotta spawn Electrics rather than a bunch of whatchamacallits. What's Berserker? That's the name of it, right? Alright, there's one. And bam. There we go. We're back. Sorry about that. That is not shiny. So we can know. I should probably heal up my Pokemon, by the way. We'll just get this guy first. Bam. Alright. Cool. Oh, boy. Alright, so obviously, the goal is to get ourselves a shiny Manectric eventually, but we'll see how that goes. But how's everyone doing? I got to work from home today, so I was very excited about that. It was a nice, relaxing day, all things considered. I thought I was supposed to have a meeting early this morning, but then it got canceled because the person was the person who like organized the meeting was going on PTO, so all of my meetings got canceled today. I was supposed to have 2 in the morning. Both of those got canceled because that guy went on PTO, and then I was supposed to have a meeting in the middle of the day for like a volunteer group I'm part of, and then they didn't have the online portion because they were doing like an in office presentation, like it was like a practice run of like the volunteer activities we're planning on doing for like a volunteer event coming up, and they didn't have a online component, so I kind of sat in the call for a couple minutes with a couple other people who were work from home as well, and then it was yeah, and then we didn't do anything, and we all hopped off, so all my meetings got canceled. Alright. I did not realize how infrequently Electric spawns compared to like all of the other Pokemon. I mean, I guess it's like not like a crazy low number. It's not like it's like extremely rare or anything like that, but it's definitely not like a majority. Possibly not even a plurality, so I'm not sure, but we should probably I don't think there's anything to do about it, but it is something I'm gonna have to think about, is that we're not gonna get nearly as many encounters as we used to in the Emerald Hunt. And maybe I'll just start like heading back to Turffield and respawning them and stuff like that. Oh boy, that is electric. Imagine we just got it, like, you know, so fast, and I'd just be sitting here like, so anyway, I guess we're doing a podcasting stream now. Honestly, if I were to get a shiny, like, early in this stream, I would almost undoubtedly, go and do more, messing with the TTS program, because I, was able to, whoops, I was able to get, preliminary code stuff done for the entrance themes. I was able to get, like, pretty much everything set up. I have it so that if you enter in a specific command, you can pull from any YouTube video up to 10 seconds. You have to define when the start and stop is, but you can enter in this command, and it will download that clip from YouTube, save it to my computer, and then add it to a table to basically match it up with your channel ID. And then whenever you first enter a stream, the first message you send in, it will play that sound, that clip. So I haven't, like, added in, like, commands to be able to like, explain how it works, but the code does exist, and yeah, I'm excited about it. It's gonna be a fun time. Didn't realize the stream started just 6 minutes ago. Yeah, welcome to the stream, Lucy. I started it early. That was my bad. Alright. Oh, you know, I did accidentally leave in some code printing when whether a message is sent by a member or not, didn't I? Oh well. Alright, so we're running from this. At least it indicates that the code is running. So that's good. No, not you. You. Have you ever had the fear and anxiety of the possibility of a second person living inside your head? No. No, I've not experienced that personally. I know that certain people certainly do. I have not had that experience. Why, have you? No? I think we'll go back to Turffield and respawn everything. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people now. Well, I'm sorry that you're having that anxiety. Have you talked to someone who is studied in discussing these things? I'm working through it, though? Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Because it does sound entirely disconcerting. There we go. Yeah, but yeah, I've never experienced that. My particular flavor of mental stuff is all related to ADHD, and really the only anxieties I feel are around like it's just mostly around like the shame from like not meeting societal expectations. Turns out trauma does that to you. I'm very sorry to hear that. Yeah, I am extremely lucky that I have not experienced significant trauma in my life, and I'm very, very grateful. But I do feel an immense amount of sympathy for those who have, because it's, you know, obviously it's awful, and my main thing is I just want people to get to experience the same support system that I was lucky enough to grow up with, experience now. I want everyone to be able to have that kind of thing in their life, because I think that you know, everyone deserves to have love and support, and, you know, a good support system around them. Keith Woodland, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Took me a year before I realized that this was going on. Listen, it took me 28 years to figure out that I have ADHD, so it happens. Mental health is still in its relative infancy, and even if it weren't, I feel like mental health is just in general harder to diagnose, harder to identify within yourself. Overall, just much more difficult. Just because, you know, I mean, and there's certain aspects of physical health that are harder to diagnose. It's much easier to diagnose a broken leg than it is to diagnose, you know, a mental health issue, or even, or, you know, cancer or whatever. Like there's the less visible or like quantitative markers there are for something, the harder it's going to be for you to recognize it, correctly identify what needs to be done, all that good stuff. So mental health is like the worst in all of those aspects, because it's all squishy, it's all qualitative, it's all, you know, it's all in your head. And I mean, obviously there are, like, you know, physical things that connect to that, but we know so little about, like, the inner workings of the brain that, like, there's no real quantitative ways to, like, look at a lot of these things, and it's just all about, you know, kind of just trying our best to identify things. Today's my birthday? Happy birthday! Oh, that's awesome, Keith. Happy birthday. I'm so happy for you. Hope you had a great day. I had a great day myself, so your birthday was nice to me at the very least, and I hope that you got to celebrate it if you enjoy celebrating it. If you don't enjoy celebrating your birthday, I hope that you got to have a nice day regardless. I just hope you had a good day, and that you're, you know, excited about moving on to the next year in your life. I'm well aware DID/pluralism is a pretty controversial issue. I mean, controversial how? Like, I'm sure, I know that it's fairly commonly portrayed as just like, I mean, mental health issues in general are portrayed in media as like plot devices at best. So I mean, I think that all of the media surrounding DID/pluralism are at best saying, oh, this is such a crazy thing to have happen to someone, and at worst is like, oh, aren't they crazy? So, you know, in that way I suppose it is controversial, but do you mean like in terms of like in mental health circles it's controversial? Thank you. I turned 16. Ah, well, happy birthday. I am a little bit older than 16. I remember my 16th birthday. Do I actually? I don't think I actually remember my 16th birthday. At least not specifically. I didn't have a sweet 16, so it's a shame. Mostly because it stems from trauma. Yeah, I guess that is an added thing of, like, you know, it's not only is it a mental health thing, but it's also a mental health thing after there's a lot of, like, really, you know, heavy stuff going on. So all of that is just, it just becomes even murkier. the overall viewpoint that it's mostly seen as a detriment mental health. Yeah, that's the other thing is, like, you know, it's hard sometimes because, like, there are, you know, in some ways having, and I'm speaking from my own experience, having ADHD, a detriment to mental health. You mean, like, the existence of DID makes it harder for, like, mental health to be taken seriously? Or do you mean, like, having it is just a straight-up detriment to your mental health? Because, like, I can... it's, like, going from my experience, obviously, you know, ADHD can make things a lot harder, but in some ways, there are aspects of it that I like about myself and stuff like that. I just subscribed. Well, thank you so much, Keith. I really, really appreciate that. I'm so glad that you were able to find this channel. I hope that you will enjoy yourself while you're here. I am very, very grateful. Honestly, if you have a public subscriber thing on your account, your name will be showing up in a few minutes on the screen, which is cool. But yeah, happy birthday again, and yeah, I hope that you got some good presents and some good cake. Or, I don't know, if you're on a health craze or something like that, and then good kale or something. Personally, I'm not a big celebrator of my own birthday. I've always been kind of uncomfortable with being celebrated for something I didn't actively do. And I don't really like having the attention on me for that kind of thing, which is kind of weird coming from a YouTuber, because, you know, I obviously have a chronic need for attention that can't be satiated with my interpersonal relations. I'm joking, but, like, kind of. But yeah, like, obviously I have some sort of penchant for at least being okay with attention on me by having a YouTube channel, but I think it's specifically just, like, there's a lot of pomp and circumstance around it, and it's not about, like, anything I've done. It's not about me, but also, like, I'm giving back to people. It's just, like, all about me, and, like, almost seems like to the detriment of other people. Obviously, people are happy to do that and stuff like that. But I don't enjoy, like, the sole focus on me for, like, an entire day. Did I just come into Ectric saying he needs attention? Oh, chronically. Welcome to the stream, Kip. But yeah, all that to say, I'm not a huge fan of, like, massive celebrations for my birthday. So generally, we'll just, like, my wife and I will just go out to, like, dinner. I've never said when my birthday is on stream. Or on the channel. No one knows my birthday. I've never said it out loud. And yeah, just is not my jam to really celebrate much. But you know, some people do really enjoy their birthday. So I sports, so it's tough. Gotcha. I used to do a bunch of sports. I've been lifting lately. Actually, just yesterday I was doing chest and back, and I decided to do just to see what I could max and bench, because it's been probably over a decade since I last tried to max out on bench press, and I got to 205, so I was very excited about that. Next is to push for 300, because I eventually want to be able to bench press more than I weigh. And unfortunately, right now, I weigh closer to 300 than 200, so I want to invert those numbers. I want to be closer to 200 in my weight and closer to 300 in my bench, as opposed to vice versa. So that is the goal, at least in the nearest term. And I want to try and max out, like, other things, but, like, bench is, like, the one that, like, is most, like, famous in lifting and stuff like that. And also, I used to really love to max out squats, but my knees are absolutely shot nowadays, because I did cross-country and track and field in high school and got tendonitis in my knees from throwing, and then it never really truly got, like, better. So if I like go too hard with squats and stuff like that, I just start feeling it in my knees rather than like in my quads. So I know that like physically I can do more than I ever will be able to do because of my knees until I, you know, I guess get you know, a knee replacement or something. I don't know, but yeah. So squats used to be my thing, and I actually got above 300 on squats. And I think I actually got over 400 on leg press. So my leg weights were awesome in high school. But unfortunately nowadays with my knees, I can't go nearly as hard. So bench it is. And maybe I'll get better at deadlift, and that can be another one that I do. Another news, I finally figured out what the hell I am. I'm clear. Oh, well, congratulations for being able to figure that out about yourself. I know that for a lot of people that can be tough to figure out. I don't know. I don't know if it's weird to congratulate someone for that, but like I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna own it. But it's just, you know, it's knowing more about yourself and knowing more, being able to put like, I know labels aren't everything, but like being able to have that label sometimes is really helpful for just like understanding why you are the way you are and why you think the way you think, and whether that's, you know, sexuality or like mental health things, being able to have just that language of like, and that like frame of reference for, okay, this is what's going on with me, that can sometimes be really helpful, just for your own, you know, mental situation. So I'm happy that you were able to figure that kind of stuff out about yourself. I don't need to congratulate for it. Well, I'm owning it, so congratulations. I don't have anything else to talk about, really. That's okay. Got my hands on the Switch 2 today. Ah, congratulations. I'm playing this on the Switch 2 right now. And I don't know if it is the Switch 2 or if it's just that I'm more used to, like, Scarlet Violet, but, like, the graphics in this game have looked amazing to me since I started playing it again. I've loved the way this game has looked. Oh, by the way, Keith, I forgot to ask, what sports do you do? What is your primary sport? If you're still here, I know I've been yapping a whole bunch, and it might not be all that interesting, but if you're still here, I would love to hear about what sport you play. Because I loved doing track and field in high school, and cross country was also a thing. I enjoyed the team on cross country a whole bunch. The actual like activity I could have taken or leaving, but I you know, obviously did it because like in middle school, a bunch of my friends were on the cross country team, and I couldn't do cross country because drama was at the same time, and they were mutually exclusive. So I was never able to do it in middle school, but in high school, drama happened in the winter as opposed to in the fall. So I was able to do both, and I was like, okay, I'm going to join the cross-country team. And my mom was like, you're going to, all right, if you say so. Because in middle school, I wasn't, like, you know, extremely overweight or anything like that, but I certainly wasn't a runner. So she was like, all right, if you say so. And I went on the team, and I was really bad, but then I got really good. I went from like a 30-minute 5K down to a 21-minute 5K by the end of the season. And I feel like I would have been a pretty decent 5K runner by senior year if I hadn't decided, okay, I really enjoy this. I also want to do winter track and field. And then became a thrower and immediately lost all those cardiovascular conditioning because I instead went for weight training and found out, not running is much better than running. Picking things up and putting them down far away is a lot more fun, at least to me. Might just send my Switch 2 back though. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Screen has a blue line. Oh, that sucks. Well, at the very least, it's under warranty, so you can get it back very quick. But yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Fun? Yeah, yeah. Cross country. I loved the team. I loved the camaraderie and stuff like that. The actual running portion. You know, it. I got to the point where there were times when I would have that like endorphin rush, and you'd like get that runner's high that they talk about, but it was not nearly consistent enough for me to like I often like if I was ever not on the team, I was not able to really convince myself to run with any regularity. Like I needed like my coach breathing down my neck to do it. Whereas for throwing, I was able to get myself to practice regardless of if I was, you know, in season or not. Like I would practice throwing, although it was much harder to practice throwing. So I also didn't do it all that often. But like when I got the opportunity and had the facilities to do so, I would practice throwing on my own just for fun. Extremely annoying. Like spent 500 for it to become effective. Yeah, that's frustrating. I mean, it happens, but like it is very frustrating to have that happen to you. But hopefully you're able to get it replaced with a brand spanking new copy that doesn't have a defect. And then you can play some fun stuff. Like Mario Kart World, which I have only played once. Or I've played twice. Played once by myself on stream, and then played once with my wife. And it's perfectly fun. I've never been a huge Mario Kart person, so like I don't know why I went into this thinking I was gonna like play it all the time, but like it's fun. It's Mario Kart. I don't like that they changed the balloon battle system so that it's once you if you lose all your balloons, you score no points and the match is over, because like that's really annoying. Especially with 24 people on the map, it's like sometimes impossible to stay alive. Just from like the sheer amount of items just flying around randomly. But oh well. I mainly play dock, but still. Yeah, I don't really play handheld either. So I mean, nonetheless, I would still be frustrated and want the, you know, want a version that doesn't have broken pixels on it. Ellie, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I suppose you're EP, but other than that, hope you're well. Not that being EP is bad. While we're on the topic of the Switch 2, I've heard Nintendo is making it incompatible with third-party docks. I did see that as well, which is very frustrating because I wanted to have a second dock for the sunroom, so that we could play in there as opposed to having to always play in here. But apparently now I'm going to have to buy an official Nintendo dock if I want to do that, which will probably be much more expensive. Because, of course... Yeah, they are full bore just saying F this. We know that everyone's gonna. We know that that you know all of the other companies are gonna do the exact same thing, and that you know there's not gonna be anyone who's gonna be able to tell us no. So we're just gonna do whatever we want to make it as impossible as or make it as hard as possible to do anything outside of buying all our stuff. They're going the Apple route. Dock is like $100 alone. Gross. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna be we're just gonna be playing in here for a while, which, you know, sucks. But I mean, to be fair, I could also just get another, you know, USB-C and HDMI hookup and just move the dock with the Switch. So, like, unplug it and then plug it back in stuff, but that's still more annoying than just grabbing the Switch. Need to take another shower? The weather hasn't been kind to me. Yeah, it's been hot. Although today, it actually got cool because it, like, poured most of the day. So, It was like nearly 100 degrees yesterday, but I think it dropped down to like below 80 today with the rain. But yeah, the weather has not been great. I was supposed to have a concert today, and it got canceled because of the rain. So currently we're 1 for 3 with outdoor concerts occurring. Gotta get off the YouTube app so I can put my ad blocker to use. That's fair. That's fair. I honestly, if you want to have ad blocker on your phone, it's not a perfect solution, but if you use Brave, the Brave web browser, and you just use YouTube on the web browser, Brave has a built-in ad blocker that works. That has never failed me. I've never gotten any of those like notifications of like, oh, you're using an ad blocker, so you need to turn it off, or else you're not gonna be able to watch videos. None of that stuff has ever happened with the Brave app on my phone. It is annoying because you can't like it's just like there's some slight inconveniences, but it works a charm. I actually use Brave. Oh, there you go. Sucks that live chat doesn't show up on browser. Yeah. That's annoying. That is one of the things. Is it's annoying that you can't use that on your phone. There's a small vertical line too. I think I might have said that out loud, but that sucks. Boo boo. You. I love me some Snapple. It's so good. Oh, hello. I'm beginning to identify patterns. In what? Dun, 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 dun. Nope. Got it. In me. Like what? Hopefully not bad ones. Let's be honest, they're probably bad ones. Not very often does someone say, I'm beginning to see a pattern with you, and they mean, you seem to brush your teeth very regularly. It's not bad necessarily. Okay. I mean, feel free to share. Now I'm curious. Oh, hello. I forgot that they have, like, the aura ones. Just you congratulating about anyone when they announce something. Yeah, I'm generally a pretty excitable person, I suppose. So... you know, good thing, oh, congratulations. Bad thing, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. No, I don't want to fight either of you. Or, not fight, but, well, definitely not fight, but, like, you get it. Don't want to interact with you. Is that a contract? It is not. Alright, that is not either. Let's go reset the field. Should clean myself so I don't feel like oil. Fair enough. enjoy your shower. I am a huge fan of showers. I shower every morning, and it is my meditative time. And then whenever I work out, after work, I will also shower after work, and obviously clean myself off and stuff like that. But my morning meditative showers are lovely, and I wouldn't give them up for the world. And I'm willing to pay the extra money on the water bill to take a longer shower. Don't want to attract the yeah. If you don't shower soon, you're gonna start having them claim that you have weapons of mass destruction so they can invade you. We live in an awful country sometimes. Have fun. Thank you so much. Oh, that's an Electric. Get back over here. Also, thank you so much for the 4 likes, everyone. I really appreciate it. Oh, that's also an Electric. Oh boy. So, Ellie, I know you were saying that that we were possibly going to get a news article written about our charity stream. Have you seen anything yet? I haven't been looking up myself up lately, but actually, I don't really think I ever look myself up. I've done it a couple times. Honestly, the only time I've looked up like my personal name really was when I had that scare about getting doxxed by a scammer, which ended up turning out to be my wife feeding information to one of her coworkers, texting me from a number I didn't recognize. And I did a search for my full name to like see what information popped up, so that I could try and do like takedowns. Haven't seen anything? All right, fair enough. I didn't really feel like it was gonna be enough of a headline to warrant a news article, but it would have been really freaking cool if it had happened. I would have been that would have been like getting towards the level of like how crazy it was when I had that short hit 1 million views. Like that would have been similar on, maybe not a similar magnitude, but like in the same like realm as that. Obviously, the 1 million view one is probably more exciting than a news article, but like still. But yeah, I've never really looked up myself other than that one time. And I probably did it like once in college just to see like what showed up. And it ended up being like an interview I'd given to like my college's like local paper and stuff like that about like a random preacher that would show up. And it was just it was just a couple quotes of mine about this random preacher that would like he was like a hell and brimstone preacher, and he would show up like in front of one of the school buildings and preach fairly often. And there was one of the like college newspapers was interviewing people about it, and they asked me to do it because I was friends with the person who was writing the article. So. But other than that, I've never really looked up my own name. And in terms of Ectric, I have looked it up a couple times, mostly just to see if it ever shows up over like the word Electric. And most of the time I'm looking it up on YouTube just to like say, all right, have I eclipsed? Have I become uh, notable enough that it will it won't assume you're just writing a typo. And the answer is no. I am not notable enough yet because it still says showing results for Electric. And I'm just sitting there like, that's not my name. But yeah, I one time I actually did look up. I didn't look up Ectric, but I looked up like I think it was like Nidoran Manip or something like that. In Google image search, and one of my thumbnails of me learning to do it was like the fourth or fifth result, which was really freaking cool. And then I think also when I search up like Shiny Manectric, one of my Ultimate Hardcore Shiny Manectric thumbnails was in it, although it was farther down, so it was not as it was not as prominent. But if you're looking for very niche Google image searches, you might see my face at some point. But yeah, it's pretty cool when my thumbnail shows up on Google image search. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, we're almost getting to 100 encounters. That's exciting. Does anyone know what is... That stupid question. I'm pretty sure it's just 1 in 4096. But the odds of me getting this Electric the way I'm hunting are just base odds for Gen 8, right? There's no like boost because of some random shenanigans. I am almost certain that there's no extra boost and it's just 1 in 4096 odds, which means we might be here for a little while. Then again, maybe we'll get really lucky like Zentama did during the charity stream and just get it in like less than like 200 encounters, despite the fact that it's full odds. That'd be pretty dope. But then, I would also have to, you know, figure something else out to do for the rest of the stream. Oh, Ellie, I don't know if you were here for this, but I did test out stuff for the entrance theme stuff, and I have it so that there is code that if you type in a specific command, and you specify it, basically it's like command and then the video ID of the YouTube video from the URL. Obviously you can't post a full URL because, you know, YouTube chat will flag it, but if you post just like the unique ID part, which is like right after the V equals, and then you put in like the start time, the end time in seconds, and then a fade out length. It will take all of that information. It will download the audio from the YouTube video that you specified. It will then clip it down to the start and end time, add in a fade out for however long at the end of the sound, and then save that clip as an MP3 on my computer, and save the information to a table so that whenever people join in or type for the first time, it will play that audio file. I don't think YouTube would flag it because I'm a mod. Yeah, true, but if I wanted to allow mods to do this, or members to do this as well, it would get flagged. So I just did the video ID portion. I'm gonna need an example because I'm not an audio learner. Oh yeah, no worries. I'm not like hard launching it just because I want to like test it a bit more, and I don't want to test it today, but I can send an example in chat. At some point and show exactly what it is. I really the main thing I want to do is I want to add in like a CloudBot command that explains it. So you can just type in, you know, entrance theme how or something like that, and it would like say, okay, so you're going to use this command. You're going to enter in this portion of the URL, yada 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 yada. How was the donation stream? Travis, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I missed your other message. It was awesome. We went for 11 and a half hours. I got 22 shinies. And we donated over $400 to the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund. So, I'm beyond humbled and thrilled with how the stream went. I could not have asked for a better stream. It was so much fun. Everyone was awesome. We only had one person even, you know, lightly trolling, and it was at the very beginning, and they sent one message and left. So, like, it went about as well as you could have asked, and you know, I definitely want to do it again. It made me want to do another one of them. Like, I loved it. Egg maxing. Dova, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Also, thanks to that last coding stream, I was able to start that the program before stream started, so I didn't forget to do it. And now you were able to play that, and it was just fine. I've been super busy recently. No, absolutely no worries. I completely understand it. You know, it was an 11.5-hour stream, but, like, you know, if you're busy that one day, you're not gonna be able to make it. It makes sense. No worries there whatsoever. I just appreciate you being here now. And if you were disappointed you weren't able to donate, I would say you can just go straight to the PCRF's website and donate directly. So if you're feeling like you missed out on being able to donate for a good cause, just donate directly yourself. I would recommend. Did you have fun? Yeah, it was a good time. Oops. Ran into an EV. Longest day I passed around 9 that day. It was rough. Oof. Yeah, that's tough. I was surprisingly, like, awake the entire stream. There were a couple times when I started getting a little bit tired, but it wasn't like that. There's like two different types of tired. Like, there's tired, like I was feeling then, which is just like I'm starting to not be able to, like, focus as easily. And there's more sections where I'm just, like, not saying anything and just kind of doing my own thing. And then there's tired, and this has happened a couple times, and I hate when this happens because it's real bad form, but, like, there's tired where I'm sitting there and I'm just, like, playing, and then I feel myself nodding off, and then I, like, you know, shock awake and stuff like that. And no matter how much I try to focus, it just keeps happening over and over and over again unless I, like, stand up or, like, move around and stuff like that. And it's just like, oops, that's not what I wanted. I just killed Doodle like 18 times in Robux. Poor Doodle. How the hell did you do it, man? Props to you. I mean, it helped because I actually got a decent night's sleep the night before. I didn't stream Friday night, and went to bed relatively early. And then I think the ad breaks actually saved me because I've been doing a thing where every hour I will do an ad break just to help push the channel in the algorithm more. But just on a whim, I decided to add in a countdown timer for the ads because Dova specifically is a fiend for ads, and I thought it'd be fun to, like, have a countdown for it. As now, please, in 10 minutes. But yeah, so I had a countdown timer, and because the countdown timer was there, I was very good about remembering to do the ad break, and with the hourly ad break, because I'm not doing anything while the ads are happening, specifically so people don't miss anything and it's not as intrusive, it always gave me a chance to just like get up, go get a drink, go to the bathroom real quick, grab some food, that kind of thing. So every hour I had like a mini break, and that really helped me be able to, like, you know, not start really feeling tired. How do you? Thank you, Travis. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I had so much fun that stream. I really wanted to do it. Lumion gets mad at me for having them. I respect her for it. Do you have monsters? What do you mean monsters? Oh no! Oh, like the energy drink? No, just Snapple. So is DoorDash. Now, see, I made a ton of food on the 4th of July. I made a bunch of burgers and hot dogs and stuff, so I just had leftovers. But it was, you know, burgers and dogs and pasta salad and some grilled veggies and stuff. So I had some good food. Some good eats. So do we. Nice. Yeah, I purposefully made like enough food to like feed an entire barbecue party, even though it was just my wife and I, because I wanted that many leftovers. Because I was gonna be, you know, if I'm gonna be grilling, it's a lot of effort to, like, you know, get the grill set up, you know, clean it off afterwards, prepping all the food and stuff like that. It's a lot of extra effort. So if that was the case, I also didn't want to have to also then like meal prep for the week. So I just made a bunch and had leftovers. Weekend was rough after that. Leftover barbecue, always delicious. Oh yeah, love me some leftover barbecue. I need to make ribs again sometime. It's been years since I've made ribs, and I really need to. Honestly, I need to get my uncle's recipe. He makes some absolutely killer ribs. They're so good. It's been so long, though. And the problem is, I'm the only meat eater in the house. Well, that eats people food, that is. Lola eats meat as well, but she's, you know, she's on a strict diet because she has a sensitive stomach. And if she eats people food, she gets gassy. So unfortunately, Lola does not get to partake in the barbecue food. She's on her bland food that doesn't bother her stomach. Haven't had ribs in forever. Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, I really want to have some ribs again. It's been so long. Well, it's been since, I guess, Thanksgiving was the last time I had ribs, or thereabouts. I don't know. They're good. That sucks as well. Yeah. I mean, it sucks for her. It means I don't have to feel guilty about, you know, not sharing my dinner with her. This is the year. Not going to say the stream because this means the same thing. Same time it was on the stream. And I don't appreciate you making fun of me in this way. Hope you're doing well, man. I've been good about doing this series lately. Doing good? I'm doing good as well. I worked from home today, so I feel well rested. I was looking at job listings on Indeed this evening after work. Just doing some you know, searching and stuff like that, and I saw the most baffling job listing I've ever seen in my life. First of all, the job was for vibe coding to create. Here, I'll pull it up. I took a screenshot of it. That 122 encounters this stream. 112. We had 10 from last stream, but yeah. Basically. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up because it was ridiculous. Alright. Let's see. So the listing was for Vibe Coder in Residence. Don't mind the new name change. My besties on TikTok wanted this case. Fair enough. But yeah, so it's for Vibe Coder in Residence, which vibe coding is basically just continually inputting stuff into ChatGPT until you get what you want. In terms of code, it's like just I want code that does this. Can you make it for me? And then tweaking your prompt over and over again until you actually get what you want. So yeah, that's the start of it. And then they said that they want this person to shadow their VP and capture every friction point in real time and turn it into an automated Gen AI workflow, and have it act as the founding engineer for the VP's digital twin brain while evangelizing and broadcasting the journey for maximum AI Halo impact. And from what I gather about that, they want this person to use ChatGPT to develop code that will imitate their vice president and theoretically do the job of the vice president, or at least like the administrative portions of it. And they want this person to, mind you, they mentioned a timeline of like 6 months. So this is like within 6 months they want this. But they wanted this person to shadow their VP to learn about what they do and how they do it, so they can Dazzling, welcome to the stream. So they can have an AI do it instead. It is one of the most baffling things I've ever read. I said this to my friends that I was sending this to. I hope to whatever higher power you may believe in, that in like 6 months there is a video on Doug's channel that says, I had AI write job postings to see if anyone would apply. Because if this was not AI generated, first of all, and purposefully the worst job application or job listing in the world, I fear for humanity. It is baffling. How's it going? It's going good. It's going good. I was just saying that I worked from home today, so I was feeling... I had a nice relaxing day, and then my concert got canceled because it was raining, but we had practice instead. Watch lots of AI videos on TikTok. It's funny as stuff. It's so hard for me to get behind the AI stuff. Like, I love the AI stuff that like you know, the fun stuff that like Doug does and stuff like that. But like pretty much everything else, it just feels so icky. He lost half his team to May in the end of stream. Ooh, what is that doing right now? What run is he doing? Choose 2 people in chat besides me for the next challenge. Travis and Zentama, I guess. Alpha Sapphire randomized nuzlocke. Oof. I haven't done, I don't think I've ever beaten Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Obviously, I've, you know, beaten Hoenn before, so I don't feel like I really missed much. But I remember that I think it might have been Dylan who was doing a Alpha Sapphire sleep lock, and I was watching it live and decided, or no, it was I'm pretty sure it was Vinny that was doing it actually. But I was watching this sleep lock live, and I decided, you know what? I have this game. I haven't played it yet. Let me just go and try to play it at the same time. And we're just going to go through. It's not going to be a nuzlocke or anything. I'm just going to play through and see if I can, like, keep pace with him, despite the fact that he's using speed up and stuff like that. And I played through, and I think I got to like the 6th badge or something like that. And then it was like 2 in the morning, and I was like, I'm done. Neat. No legal documents, contracts, I'm just signed up. Exactly. I remember those sleep locks. Yeah, I watched the hell out of those back in the day. Like I got in to that community right as the first cage lock started. Like my first recommended video from them was the first episode of the first cage lock between Vinny and Dylan. And I was like, I don't know what a cage lock is. It sounds fascinating. Let me check it out. And then I immediately like loved their personalities and stuff like that. But I even started playing Mario Mod. Nice. Haven't watched Vinny in a minute. Yeah, it's been a while for me as well. But that's mostly just because like I get so much of my like Pokemon fix from doing streams myself that I really haven't watched any Pokemon content in a while. But yeah, so I got in on the cage lock, and then very like soon after that, Vinny did his was it Pokemon Silver sleep lock? It was the one where he did like his first rap, and I was like, oh my god, this is so freaking good. And then, you know, I just like started watching all of the sleep locks and stuff like that, and I remember seeing the one where like they had like someone who donated like $3,000, and it was just like $500 dono after $500 dono. Just absolutely insane moments there. So much fun. Fire Red and Leaf Green Cage Lock book got me started back into Pokemon. Oh, really? I was already back into Pokemon by then, because I had watched Team 4 Star's Nuzlocke. That's what got me back into Pokemon. Did I tell you about how I wanted to make a ROM hack? Yes, you were talking about it. Thinking about more and definitely want to do it, but I gotta learn a lot of coding first. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, a lot of it is... yeah, you'll need to know some coding, obviously, but, like, I feel like you can learn as you go a lot. If you have, like, a specific project you want, it's a lot easier to just kind of, like, fake it till you make it type of stuff, and, like, you know, messing around with stuff, and like, you know, copy pasting stuff and then like tweaking it is a lot easier than writing full cloth. Say something to get Doodle to get on. I don't know that there's anything I can say. It's up to Doodle whether they want to hop on or not. They'll get to see possibly me get a shiny if they hop on, but you know, if not, that's okay. Is the TTS soft for some reason? No. It shouldn't be. Your TTS message worked. I was like, holy hell, I love those videos. Yeah. And then honestly, I loved the Soul Links with Dobbs back in the day. We don't hear the TTS? Really? Oh, I know why. I don't have my desktop audio on this scene. Yeah, it just played right now, but you didn't hear it. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. I need to add the audio output. I'm sorry about that. I didn't even realize it didn't have it in here. There we go. All right. It should work now. That's on me. I made this scene before I made the TTS program, so I didn't see any reason to have the desktop audio in there. That's probably also if you were doing like sound effects, you probably also didn't hear the seagulls. They did play though. I haven't watched Dobbs since his Pokemon Red speedruns. I never watched his Pokemon Red speedruns. I really only I only watched him mostly with Vinny, but those sleep locks were so much fun as well. I actually downloaded them to be able to, because at that point I didn't have unlimited data, so I couldn't listen to them. I couldn't listen anywhere except when I had Wi-Fi to YouTube videos.
And your chosen allies are challenged by the Season 3 Squid Game Pokemon Champion Team.
But yeah, so I ended up downloading all of the Soul Link videos and made them into a local playlist to listen while I was on the train to and from school. I remember listening on the train to the specific files and stuff like that. It was just so much fun listening to those videos. Could be an inside project too anyway. I might as well add inside references. There you go. Gym leaders and E4 members could be streamers from the community. Nice, yeah, that's always fun. I always loved seeing the custom ROM hacks and stuff like that with mods and other streamers being NPCs or trainers or and such. Are you gonna continue speedrunning? Yeah, it's just been a while. It's mostly just that I whenever I think about going to do it, I always think, oh, but I need to figure out what specifically I need to practice and stuff like that, so that I can keep making progress. But also, just practicing. There's some parts where I'm not sure if I'm practicing correctly. You definitely be one, by the way. If you said yes, of course. Oh yeah, I'd love to. Typing an ace of you would be very easy. Yeah. Electric types have always been my favorite, and there's a very obvious mascot you could use. So. Clin Clang, obviously. Joe, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I definitely still want to do it. I'm not giving up that the idea of learning every Pokemon speedrun. It's mostly just I want to make sure that I'm being productive whenever I'm practicing on stream, and it's just oh, I don't know if I'm if I'm doing this wrong because I'm doing this wrong, or if I'm doing this wrong because using the I have to have some sort of extra setup that I'm not aware of, or if I'm doing it right and it just I just can't tell or whatever. So every single time I do a new trick or something like that, I need to not only learn the trick but also learn how to tell whether I'm doing the trick right or not. And it's just always a little bit difficult to set up. So it usually takes a while for me to finally figure out exactly what I want to practice and stuff. Surely it's Emolga. I actually do kind of vibe with Emolga. I like Emolga. But honestly, if you're going to be doing it, I can definitely give you some suggestions on what Pokemon I really like that are electric types, other than Manectric. I would say Alolan Golem is one of my favorite Pokemon. Freaking love that guy. He's hilarious. Have you heard the band called Starbomb? They do comedy rap about video games. I have not, but I will have to check them out because that does sound very interesting and fun. That'd be awesome. Yeah. Alolan Golem is awesome. I don't know what generation you're doing for this ROM hack and whether it's going to have that late of a generation, but yeah, I would say for sure Alolan Golem. Obviously, Manectric would be the ace. Trying to think of other ones. I always think of Clin Clang as an electric type, even though it's a steel type. But you could add Clin Clang. That could be a fun one to just throw people off. Probably do all gens. Well, then there you go. Yeah. Those two, Kling Clang could be fun. Although if you don't want to add in a steel type, I get it. Lantern. I like Lantern a lot. Plus, then you could get some water typing in there. Let's see. What else? I like Bolton, but I feel like Manectric is kind of covering the same niche. So maybe not Bolton. Same thing with Luxray. I feel like they, electric dogs. You have too many. It's just more of the same. Ash, welcome to the stream. Opinions of Fomantis. I don't really have many opinions on Fomantis. I don't dislike it by any means, but I also, don't particularly seek it out or anything. Trying to think of other electric types that I really liked. Oh, what was the electric flying type? Kilowattrel? I liked that one. Alright, we are at 150 encounters, so I'm going to do a quick ad break. Once again, this is not so that I can make more money. Although, if I get more money, I'm not exactly going to be upset about it, but, we are going to be doing an ad break just so that we can help push the channel for the algorithm, because if streams don't make YouTube money, they don't push them as much. So, I appreciate you and your patience for, wading through these ads so that we can help push the channel to more and more people. It's only going to be for, a minute. You're not going to miss anything. We're not doing any hunting while the ads are running. I will be right back. And enjoy either ads or shorts if you don't see ads. But thank you so much for your support. Last one, do Michigan. Nah, I want to get this. Well, maybe. It is in English. North 3rd Street. There's no way. This is not Michigan, right? There's no way. There's no guarantee this is even the U.S. Oh, it is the U.S. I guess we'll wait for this cutscene to go. Actually, I wonder if I can warp over here and skip the cutscene. Let's see. I henna shrine. Oh, nope, didn't get out of it. It scared the crap out of me too. Holy cow.
The blood-stained moon.
All right, we are almost back, and we are. That's what I was looking for. We already had her. There we go. Thank you so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. We're gonna get right back into this shiny hunting now. Let's do it. All right. Now back to my electric types. Let's see. Gen 1. I mean, there's like Zapdos, but I'm not doing no legendaries. I'm gonna say no legendaries or mythicals. It's just gonna be regular old Pokemans. And in terms of regular old Pokemans, oh, you could do a Alolan Raichu as well. Get some Psychic typing in there. I like that one. So yeah, Manectric, Alolan, Golem, Alolan Raichu, Lantern, Kilowattrel, and then if either Kling Clang or if not, maybe like trying to think of another typing that I could add in. Like a Pawmot for the fighting typing or something like that. I'd have to think about it more and actually look at the electric types. I might be forgetting one that I actually really like, but I think that's a good start. That's actually a good question to ask in chat, but like, if you were to be a monotype trainer, and you had access to every Pokemon in any generation, outside of legendaries and mythicals, what monotype would you be, and what would your team be? Do the Pokemon have to be monotype too? No. They can have the dual typing, but as long as they have to all be of that one type that you chose. So like, for example, what I was doing there, you know, Kilowattrell electric flying, which is fine, but if I were, but Kling Clang in my example would not count because it's only steel type. It does not have the matching electric type. Even though I kind of see it as an electric type and it has, like, access to electric type moves. Can't go wrong with fire or water, that is very true. Got a lot of versatility there with those two typings. Although I'd go with water over fire, personally. Gonna be up at 7, so good night. Alright, Dova, have a good night. Thank you so much for joining. Good luck with whatever you got to do tomorrow at 7. But, yeah, enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. I'd go with rock type. Ooh, that's an interesting choice. I would be grass with a contrary Lurantis with leaf storm. Ooh, nice. That's fun. Fairy, Gardevoir, Primarina, Galarian Rapidash, Hatterene, and Sylveon Ace, because basically no gym has more than 5 months. Fair enough. Suppose that's also true. You wouldn't, although with ROM hacks, a lot of the time they'll always have 6 mons. But that's a good team. I like that. At first I was like, oh man, so many of these are like later generations, but then I was like, well, yeah, duh, because Fairy type wasn't introduced until later generations, you moron. Are you crying and begging because I'm not here? Always. Honestly, in my day-to-day life, it's one thing, if you were to ask like my friends and family about me, constantly crying and begging because I am not currently interacting with Doodle. It's the one thing that I'm most known for. Just kicking beat out of his gym. Fair enough. I suppose that is more or less his team. Obviously, Primarina is not on there, but I think everyone else is. Everyone else of those is. Oh, maybe not Sylveon also. There you go. How does a team of Lantern, Kilowattrel, Rotom, Manectric sound? Ooh, that sounds good so far. I like that. I forgot about Rotom. I would say that if between like a Kilowattrel and an Alolan Golem, I would definitely pick Alolan Golem. But if you're not like adding in like Alolan forms and stuff like that, completely fair. That team is a good set. It's your team. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we'll go with that then. Dipper, welcome to the stream. Good to have you in as well. Would you just add it or replace Kilo? So that really just depends on how many Mons you want that gym leader to have. I don't know where you would place it in the game, but like Ellie was saying, a lot of times gym leaders don't have a full, 5 or 6 Mons. So if it's an earlier gym leader, then and you only want to have them have 4 Mons, then I would say replace with Kilowattrel. But if you're planning on having them having the gym leader have 5 or 6 Pokemon, then just add on top. Dova wants to know what your highest goon streak is. That is a good question that I have never calculated the data on. I don't know. I feel like that's a very personal question.
Ectric and Ellie are challenged by Godo, Coffee Man, and Ms. Drink of the Gods.
Fun. I only have 1 placement for someone if he agrees being microwave, so I can give him Oshawott. Yeah, fine. As long as my trainer is better than microwaves, that's all that matters to me. Oh, you know what I could... You know, it'd be really funny. So you could give me whatever team you want, or whatever team we discussed, but then also add a level 1 Oshawott with only Splash, and just have it be the first Mon so that you immediately kill it. He'd be the first gym leader. Everyone's better than him. Let's go. Perfect. Yeah, so whatever team you decide on, just add an Oshawott level 1 with only Splash, and make it the first Mon. That's what I want. Noted. There we go. Let's go. Want to see the scooping? No, that sounds horrifying, to be honest. What are you scooping? Why does it need a roux? You know, I was saying that it was going to be tough to get a bunch of encounters in this because Electric doesn't spawn as much. I'm actually not having an awful time with it. It's spawning more often than I thought it would be. And also, I'm getting the encounters more often than I thought. Like, we're getting towards 200 encounters for this stream, which was about the average we got when we were doing the Emerald Hunt.
Okay. Please hold it together and don't cry.
Okay.
I know this is hard for you, but I gotta go to bed.
Oh, okay. I am a man. Okay. Have a good night, Doodle. I'll see you next time. Right? Have a good night, Doodle. Thank you so much for joining. I heard a supersized pumpkin cry. I did see a supersized pumpkin at one point. A little sniffle at the end would have made that so much better. Ah, my bad. Give me a minute. I could get some real tears going. I don't know why I'm doing this. You're not going to be able to see the tear. But could also Terra the Oshawott to electric type so it fits. Are you going to have terrassalizing in this ROM hack? Snuggy, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. For those of you who are new here, my name is Ectric. I am a PokeTuber by trade. I do a lot of shiny hunting like this. This series also includes some hardcore nuzlocking, where we hardcore nuzlocke every game until we can get to the point where we can shiny hunt Electric or Manectric. So we already beat the hardcore nuzlocke portion of this because you can find Electric really early in this game. But we do, you know, Pokemon challenges, Pokemon shiny hunting. I also do a bunch of variety, like Marvel Rivals, Baldur's Gate, done some Zelda, and hopefully bringing that back soon. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, consider liking and subscribing to the channel for more. Regardless, though, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much, Alejandro, Cat Gaming, SM Toxic. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in. Good to see you all. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And everyone in my chat, go check out Snuggy if you have not already. Wonderful, wonderful content creator. Does some awesome stuff. Wish her some love and some appreciation on my behalf. For me. Do it for me. You know, I want it. I don't know. Thank you so much, Snuggy. What were you playing today? Good to have you in. Heard the new Superman movie needs to make $700 million to break even. The advertising budget is nuts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's modern day blockbusters for you. I also heard it was pretty good, so I do want to see it. Superman has always been my favorite superhero, so wish you good luck on getting the shiny. Thank you so much. Streaming Mario Kart World. Oh, nice. I streamed it once, but it was like the first day it came out, and I just played like single player mode. I didn't play online or anything like that. So I've never been a huge Mario Kart person. Like, I enjoy playing Mario Kart and stuff like that, but like I've never been like into like the competitive scene or anything like that. I mostly just like doing like balloon battles and stuff like that, but it was fun. I enjoyed the like free roam stuff. Although I did get bored with it eventually, just because, other than like the P-switch challenges and stuff like that, it was mostly just like, all right, cool. I got to see these areas. Now what? That's fair. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't know why I thought that this one was gonna be like, I was gonna like get super duper invested into this one, when every other Mario Kart I've just been kind of like, yeah, this is a fun party game, but I'm not seeking out playing it on my own all the time. But yeah, it's a party game that I think will be fun to play periodically. I don't know that I will play it all that often, especially by myself or on stream, because like, again, competitive scene is not really for me. Like, I feel like I would, in order to, like, even have a chance of having some fun, I would have to, like, learn a lot of, like, strategies that are, like, beyond my desire to learn. And sure, obviously I could just play the way I want to play and not worry about it, but I am competitive enough that I would be really bothered by constantly getting in, like, 12th place, because I'm not playing optimally. Catch you later, bro. Thank you so much, Alejandro. Have a great night. Come on, open. Open this. Oh, that's why. I didn't open it in the first place. Oh, there you are. Cool. Just sent Micro DM to see if he wants in. Back there. Hey, welcome back. Cool. Couple more Electrics here to hunt. Also, thank you so much for 11 likes, everyone. I really appreciate it. Oh, boy. I'm very excited about the entrance theme idea. I can't wait to fully implement it. Also, I can't believe I got the code working so quickly. Because, like, on Monday night, I did a coding stream, and most of the time was just spent, well, honestly, a lot of the time was spent doing the space-time distortions in PLA. But majority of, like, the coding time was spent just messing around with fixing, like, odds and ends on the TTS program. And only in, like, the last 10 minutes did I ever even get to the entrance theme stuff. But I got it to the point where all of the entrance theme specific functions work. And I was able to, like, manually send in a message, like a command, and create an MP3 file, add it to the table, and then was able to call a function to play that sound effect on command based on, like, the channel ID and stuff like that. So, like, I got it all working other than just, like, hooking it into my TTS program officially. And so, like, it's just ready to go. Like, almost pretty much ready to go. And I'm like, this usually takes a lot more hair pulling. Nice meeting you, Ectric. I gotta go, though, see ya. Alright, Toxic... SM? How do you want me to call you? For the future. I'll call you Toxic for now, but if you prefer a different name, let me know. But thank you so much for joining. Hope to see you again soon, and have a great night. Just Toxic is fine, you got it. Happy to call you whatever you want. But yeah, usually it takes a lot longer. There's a lot more random errors. There's some sort of, like, you know, library issue of, like, oh, this is supposed to work this way, but for some reason it some quirk about this library, it doesn't actually work this way, and you need to do, like, these 5 workarounds on these 6 different Stack Overflow pages, and I was expecting it to be, like, really convoluted, and then it just kind of worked. Gonna have it too. Alright, have a good night, Snuggy. Thank you so much for the raid again. Once again, if anyone in my chat wants to go check out Snuggy's channel, go show some love, show some appreciation, drop a like, drop a sub, the whole 9 yards. but yeah, it just kind of worked. Like the only issue I ended up having was that I had accidentally forgot to, like, the way that it actually does it is it downloads the YouTube video as an M4A file, just like the full video's audio as an M4A file, and then it saves that to like a variable that can using a library that can then be like cut and you can cut sections out of it and trim like the sides and stuff like that, and then you can apply a fade over that variable using a different library. So like basically it creates that M4A file, then pulls the data from that M4A file into a variable on which you then trim it and then apply a fade if necessary, and then it exports that variable to an MP3 file, and then deletes the M4A. But like the one issue I forgot to address was that I forgot to actually save the download from YouTube as an M4A. It was just saving it as a nondescript file. So once I properly added in the, hey, we're defining this as an M4A, not just a blank indescript file, it worked like a charm, and immediately downloaded and did everything. And then I just had to add in like a delete the M4A so that it doesn't, there's less files sitting in my computer. Zen, thank you so much for lurking. I appreciate it. Also, we're over 200 encounters already. Dope. But yeah, I was thrilled how quickly it worked, and now I just have to add in the logic to check if someone sent in a command to edit the command their entrance theme, and we should be good to go. Oh, and then also, obviously add in the commands on Cloudbot to show you what the syntax is, because it's a little convoluted. Mostly because I can't just pull it. I can't let you type in a URL because of YouTube moderation stuff. I think we'll go for, let's try and get to like 225 and then we'll call it a night. Oh, that's not really finished. That's okay though. Oh, there's one. Oh, another idea that I had, and I need to see if it's feasible to do this, but I had another idea. So we had mentioned earlier that might be some interest in just kind of like having a podcasting stream, and then I do some like editing and stuff. And I'm down to do that, but I also feel like people would get bored if I'm just editing, and I also kind of don't want to like actually show what I'm editing so that people don't get spoiled on things. So rather than have me show the editing on stream, I had the idea to do a chat plays Pokemon thing, a chat plays Pokemon challenge. and basically have it so that you can control the character, and we'll see if you guys can beat like Pokemon Black or something like that. And I think that could be a lot of fun. And I have most of the code to just do that from the Movies Play Pokemon series, series, because, you know, I had it reading messages and turning them into button press commands, and I had button press commands running an emulator, so both individual parts pretty much work. Just need to, like, pair them together. But I also realized that would make the chat almost impossible to read, so I was thinking instead we could use the reactions on stream. The, like, you know, the random pop-up reactions and stuff. But the reactions there's only 5 of them. And obviously there's more than 5 buttons to press in a Pokemon game. So my thought was just, like, have different, like, you know, smile is go up or something like that, and then smile frown is go down or something like that. But, like, I'm not sure if I can see when a reaction comes in. I think I can. There is an ability to do that. I think I found code to do that, but it's not guaranteed that it will work. And even then, it might be a little annoying to, like, have to remember, okay, 100% frowny face means press the A button, rather than just typing in, you know, A. So, alternatively, obviously we can just do it where, you know, it just reads chat. That's a perfectly valid way to go about it. I want to try and avoid that just so that people aren't spamming chat over and over again, but obviously we can do that if as a last resort, or if that's what you would prefer. But the other alternative I had was creating a channel on the Discord server, and reading messages from that instead. And we just, like, set up a channel that's, you know, chat plays Pokemon on the Discord server, and just have that section where you can just type in messages that are commands for moving the character in and interacting with the Pokemon game, and it reads that so that chat will still be clean while we're streaming. And then you guys can just play the game. I can do editing and just kind of, like, react to how well or poorly you're doing. I feel like that could be a fun idea, but I would love your input on whether that would actually be fun or not. You know what? We could also do a randomized game. We could play randomized Pokemon. That could be fun. Make it a little bit more interesting. I think that would be a fun idea. I think I'm going to try and work towards getting that implemented. There's one. Alright. We have 6 more encounters, and then I'm going to bed. Yeah. 220 encounters. Nice. Beautiful. 4 more encounters. 3. Right. Two. We'll get 1 after that, and then 0. Got 2 more encounters. What do you think? Are we going to get it in the last 2 encounters? Probably not, but we'll see. That'd be nuts. 1 more encounter after this. Not shiny there. Come on. No money. Alright. I meant to say no wedding, but no money works there. Alrighty. So with that, I think we are going to call it an end to the stream. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really hope that you had fun. If you didn't even not yet like the stream and subscribe to the channel, consider doing so you can catch more of these in the future. We are going to be going on a raid, so don't go anywhere just yet. But again, thank you so much for being here, and let's see who we can find that is raid worthy. Turn that counter off. We're gonna turn off TT. I'll turn it off after. It's fine. Let's see. We're gonna go with YouTube. Subscriptions. Let's do... new to retro reviews is doing Mario Superstar Baseball. Let's do it. Let's go raid them. Mario Superstar Baseball seems interesting. So we're going on a hashtag Ectric raid. Let's go show some love. If you're not subscribed to them yet, go throw a sub, go drop a like. I really hope to see you over there. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. And until the next stream, have a good one. Bye.